Everybody, welcome back to another episode of FSI DFS. I'm Mega Ruler 31. If you're looking for information on today's early slate, we've got you covered. Just pause the video, go to our channel, and look for McKinley 412's breakdown of that. So we have a 7-game slate starting at 7:15 p.m. on DK. And we have some good news for you. And the good news is it doesn't look like there's any weather issues for once after the last couple of days. The bad news is there's only about 2 pitchers that are really worth playing here. So a lot of good hitting situations. So just going to quickly run through each game here. Start with the first game. It's going to be Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers versus the Nationals. Paulo Espino. He's only gone a couple innings. He's gone 5 sometimes. So I don't know if it's going to be opener situation or what is going to happen here, but I'm definitely not going to play him. Kershaw is the top pitcher on the slate, hands down. Nationals have some injuries. I don't see Turner projected to be in the lineup. I know after he hit for that cycle, I think he hurt his thumb or something. Schwarber got hurt yesterday, so very watered down lineup here for the Nationals. So definitely like the Dodger bats against whatever the situation is going to be here. Pitching, they're getting back to full strength, just missing Seager there. I have a 5.27 total. There's actually a couple other stacks that I like much more in here, but I think this is a night where you can just, there are not many people going to be playing. They're probably going to be out watching fireworks and celebrating the 4th of July. So you can probably just lock in your pitchers and then just rotate some stacks in like a 20 max, and you might do quite well. So Dodger stack definitely in play here. If you need some one-offs, that's fine too. Next game is going to be the Boston Red Sox and the Oakland Athletics. Garrett Richards has really struggled since they've cracked down on the sticky stuff. He has been very hittable recently. Cole Urban has been mediocre also. So I definitely not interested in either one of these pitchers. I am definitely interested in bats in this game. I like the Oakland side better, especially with the way Richards has been. If Tony Kemp is leading off, 3.6K, he's got speed, he's got power. Great play there. Olson, Lowry. So I'd even take the righties here. Mix and match Mitch Moreland if he's in and Olson is not. It's if you need to save money, it's always hard because you can only pick one. On FanDuel, I'd play both. Red Sox, I probably would just take the lefties here. Irvin's a little bit of a reverse split pitcher, so Verdugo, Devers, but I'm fine if you go with a full stack too. They've got a 4.49 total. It's healthy, even though the A's are favored by a lot. I think it's because Richards is such a bad pitcher, but I can see the Red Sox putting up some runs here also. Next game would be the Houston Astros and the Cleveland Indians. You have Jake Odorizzi against Eli Morgan. Odorizzi would probably be my 3rd favorite pitcher on this slate, and he's been doing better recently. Just keep in mind he's a reverse switch pitcher, so he's worse against righties. So if you see Cleveland throw out a lot of righties in the lineup, you think, wow, this is a juicy matchup. It actually isn't. Recently, he's had hasn't had a quality start, but 15 DK points against Detroit, 32 DK points against Baltimore, 13 against Texas, 18 against Boston. First time he gave up 3 earned runs in back-to-back games of Boston. So it really hasn't gotten blown up recently. And he hasn't given up a run in the last couple of games. So he's been pitching efficiently. He's really not going super deep into games. So he's one that we could consider, but not one that I'm definitely going to look to lock in. But I think he's going to be quite popular. Cleveland's lineup, Ramirez has been banged up. It looks like Fermel Reyes might be back. So again, they're going to throw probably a lot of righties here. So Houston against Eli Morgan. He also is a reverse splits pitcher, so you want the righties here. I'm okay playing the lefties. So you have to check on Tucker. He had like back spasms or something, so he missed yesterday's game. So just to make sure that he's in there. Alvarez was out also, so it's not the Houston lineup, but Eli Morgan's been okay as a pitcher, but he really hasn't pitched deep into games either. So he's got a decent K rate, but I'm not going to pay 7.2 for a guy that might only go like 1 or 2 innings against offense as a 5.73 total. Not the highest on the slate because we have Coors Field, but probably the second highest. So definitely somebody that you'd want to well, we don't even know what the Angel total is, but I'm presuming that Houston is probably going to be the second highest outside of, or the highest outside of Coors Field. So you might be able to get some cheap bats in here with the injuries. Like Toro continues to do well, Straw, Robo Garcia at 2-2. Let me just pull up his box score to see. Yeah, he might get a hit, so I don't think there's probably better punts on the slate. Again, Cleveland, I play as a GPP as a leverage stack if people are going to be on Odorizzi, but just remember that play the righties, but it looks like pretty much Bobby Bradley and Zimmer might be the only lefties in the lineup, so you're pretty much going to have righties anyways today. Now we come to Coors Field, which has been very disappointing the last couple days. We keep on saying it, like we've got bad pitchers, we've got good matchups, but they just don't hit. Wind's going to be blowing at like 3 miles per hour. It's going to be 80 degrees, which is decent for out there. So it's not going to be blazing hot. But again, you have Wade LeBlanc and Kyle Freeman, who are the absolute worst pitchers on the slate. So again, and Freeman's a lefty. You have a pretty much completely righty St. Louis. So I'm going back to the well. I'm going to stack St. Louis. I'm going to stack Colorado. I'm going to mix and match them in this. And again, like with pitching with Kershaw and the other pitcher I'm going to recommend when we finally get to him is your SP2, who's only in the 7K range. You're going to have plenty of salary to do what you want with bats. Next up, you have Baltimore and the Angels. You have Jorge Lopez and Alex Cobb. Alex Cobb has been very viable recently. He's a good pitcher, and he gets the Orioles, which should be a good matchup. But Cobb's given up like 5 or 6 runs in like 3 out of the last 4 starts. So, I mean, I don't know if it's a Stickum thing or if he's just lost his mojo, if he's got the yips, like tipping his pitches. I don't know what's going on, but he has not been good. There's no total on this game yet. So, but Jorge Lopez has been horrible also. So I imagine the Angels are going to have a high total, probably somewhere in the 5s. So I am definitely like an Angel stack here. I think Coors and the Dodgers and Houston are going to be very popular, so I don't think there's going to be as much ownership on this. The game's at 10:07, so usually the people who want to watch the game and enjoy their plays, I think this is not going to be very high ownership here, so I think this Angel stack might be able to take down a tournament tonight. So I would definitely recommend if you're playing multiple lineups to have, if you're playing cash, take Coors Field. If you're playing GPPs, I think this is a great 20 max. Like they have DK has that $1 20 max. Just throw in a stack for every single team because I don't think that people are going to put in the work today just being the holiday weekend. So stack the Angels, both sides of the plate. I don't care. Just Ohtani, Rendon, Walsh, Fletcher, still Stassi's a good catcher, a little bit expensive. So go there. And then Orioles. I think they are probably my favorite cheap stack here, just with how bad Cobb has been. So either side of the plate, just load them up and take whoever works in your lineup. I wouldn't play like maybe Domingo, Leia, or some of these guys down. So I would go 1 through 5. If it's Mullins, Hayes, Mancini, Moncaster, Santander, lock those in. If it's anybody else, I wouldn't consider playing them unless it's like DJ Stewart. If or somebody like gets in, I'm okay with that. But I would not play Lavia, Urias, Valkia, Wins. Just avoid them. Next game, we have Texas at Seattle. It's in Seattle. Marco Gonzalez is going to who I'm looking at SP2. Texas, no discipline, high K rate. Gonzalez, I know he's got a 5 ERA and has struggled at some point this season, but I think he's in a solid matchup here. He's going 5 or 6 innings. He's had some 7-inning outings. Most of the time, he's had some hiccups here, but he's had 17, 23, 18, 12 DK points. I think for me, he's the safest SP2 on the slate. So, and at 7-7 with Kershaw, only 10K, that opens up so much for bats. So just lock those two in and then rotate whatever bats you want tonight. Uh, Jordan Lyles is on the other side. He has not been horrible, and Seattle, is not the best. But for Seattle bats, like I like the lefties here definitely. So if you want to do like maybe take some one-offs here, like Crawford, Seager, maybe throw on like Hanger, do like a 3-man stack there. I'm fine with that. Texas, the only reason I would play Texas bats here is just for leverage. I would just if Gonzalez is going to be a chalky SP2 and in a GPP lineup, just throw out a Texas stack again in a dollar game there. And if for some reason Gonzalez implodes and Texas goes off and nobody plays them because they're against their SP2, then you could win some money there. Final game is going to be the Diamondbacks and San Francisco Giants. You have Faria and Long here. I'm not sure like if this is going to be like a bullpen game on both sides. I think Long has 4 starts on the season. He's a rookie. I'm okay punting him, but I don't even know if he's on DK. I don't even see it. Like DK app's acting up, so I can't even get on it and check it. So, but not sure what the pitching situation here is. But I don't even think you really need a punt here because again, Gonzalez is 7.7, so that's definitely low enough to go if you want to take a pitcher. Like even if you go to Odorizzi's 8.6, like you're not paying a ton for pitchers here. So I wouldn't even mess with this game. These offenses, not really knowing the situation, like I think Arizona's in play. They've been a little bit better recently as I continue to play them for a dollar. I think, I might wrap that up today. It's been fun. It's actually not been as bad as I thought it would be. So I'm still well over $150 in profits playing them for a dollar for like, I think it was 25 straight days. And I continue to stack Boston and San Francisco. So I'll definitely have a San Francisco stack, and that continues to be profitable every single week. It's not been profitable every single day, but they've been coming through for me, and I just love how you can mix and match the bats and the positions. So yeah, I'm fine with San Francisco here. Probably will throw up a lefty heavy lineup there. So Wade, Yastrzemski, Dickerson, Crawford. I throw Posey in there also. If you don't want to pay that much up for catcher, I'm fine. Just go 4-man San Francisco. So like I said, DK app is kind of acting up right now, so I can't. I don't know if they're in maintenance or what's going on. So at this point, I won't be able to go in and like give you a lineup construction. But I pretty much told you what I'm going to do tonight. Just Kershaw and Gonzalez as your pitchers, and then Coors Field. Just stack that whole game in cash. If not, then like Dodgers, Houston, play those stacks and figure out like either value plays for one-offs from some of the teams we're talking about. Angels, I think, are going to be the dark horse tonight. That might, but even the pricing in Coors Field, like Carson leading off at 3.7. I mean, that's not a bad price. Even like Daza batting second for Colorado's a decent price. There's really not a lot of high prices on the Cardinals. They're mostly in the 4K range. So let's see if I can find maybe some value plays for you tonight. I know we usually like kind of doing a value play at catcher. So who would I recommend there if you're punting that? Looks like there's a couple guys that would be 2-1 for like maybe Stubbs and Hicks. Houston, lefty against a righty matchup there. Although I think Morgan's been more of the reverse splits, but anyways, it doesn't matter. So if you want to punt catcher, go with Varsho at 2-4 for Arizona against San Francisco. And then there's a couple guys below him if he's not in the lineup that you can flex to. And then just overall, some Victor Robles if he's leading off against Kershaw at 2K. I know Kershaw is probably, even if you play Kershaw, it's just one batter at 2K. If he gets a hit, that definitely works. Like I said, I'm not too interested in Garcia from Houston. Bowers for Seattle is lefty against Lyles, so that's definitely in play. So trying to see if the rest of the guys on Baltimore are just trash. So, anyways, I think you'll have enough salary. I don't think you really need to dip down this far. So, like, if you want to punt one out of field spaces with Victor Robles leading off, he just has speed. You know, if Kershaw walks him and he steals a base or so, I mean, he's definitely got a big value there. So, appreciate you watching. Please, if you're celebrating 4th of July, be safe with fireworks, with you know, drinking and driving, things like that. Appreciate you watching this video. Check out our channel. We'll have NASCAR coverage for the Cup race. I have the Xfinity video already posted. So just a lot of sports going on. Great chance to enjoy the weekend with your family and friends, and hope to see you next time. So please subscribe to our channel. Give us a like if this video is helpful to you, or leave some comments below. And if like pitchers get scratched, players get scratched, you line up, you can't figure out towards lock, you know, want to know which stack I'm leaning, if anything's changed, hit me up at Twitter. My Twitter handle's in the upper right hand corner, or left hand corner, sorry, MegaRuler31. We'll see you next time. Bye.